Welcome to my fifth book critique set. For this critique, I critiqued these five books. First was You Are Not Small by Anna King. This was a very cute book about two groups of people who were telling each other that one was big and one was small, and then there were people that were bigger and smaller than them. So they decided that they were both big and small in comparison to other people. So that they were all the same, really, and it didn't matter how big they were. It was super cute. The next book was Fire Girl. This book was fantastic. I recommend this book for anybody, especially, fifth grade. This book was about a girl who got burnt in a fire and had to move around to see different doctors. So she joined this class at a Catholic school, and you get to learn, see how the students treat her and the differences. It has really, really good character development, and it really kind of builds that competency of inviting other people in. Next, I read Freight Train. This is a cute little picture book for young kids, especially kids with autism, who are obsessed with vehicles, and it was all about the different parts of the train. Then was The Family Under the Bridge, which was a really cute book about this old man who hates kids, he likes to say, but he falls for this family that he meets who had just become homeless, and he falls in love with the kids, and they get this adventure to finally get a house, and it's so adorable. It's really a really good read. Finally, my feature text, Time of Wonder, was a book about a family who was on vacation, and they go through the different parts of the summertime, and at one point there's a hurricane, and you can kind of see how they take care of themselves during the hurricane. And it's really a relaxing read, and it's super sweet. So for this book, I came up with two different lesson plans. First was a second grade science lesson. This one was all about weather, so you would conduct a lesson on weather, and then each student would need to do some research for the assignment. They'd have to research different types of severe weather, and they would use the National Severe Storms Laboratory, and they would go through here and find different weather. Now they only have about 7 different weather issues, so I would put the kids in groups unless it's a small class, like a special needs class. So if it's a bigger class, I would put the kids in groups and they would work on creating this presentation together, in which they could use Google Slides, Google Docs, any tech tool they really wanted to use, as long as they were collaborating together and created some sort of presentation, which would allow for multiple means of representation in order to teach the other students in the class about their specific type of weather. So it would be kind of a 2 or 3 day assignment where they would work together on the project for a couple of days, and at the end of the week they would present together. Next, I had a second grade art standard lesson in which the students would work on drawing about the weather or some way that they experience severe weather. So because of the story, where it has really, really beautiful illustrations, gorgeous. I think they're watercolors. They're gorgeous, and those illustrations kind of give me the idea of having the students create their own illustration on Google Draw. So on Google Drawings, I just created just the an illustration for the book that we read today with the severe weather, where this is a hailstorm, which isn't what happened in the book. However, I have the boat like the book. But each student would get the option to create their own severe weather to go along with their project to create, and then they would present these. They would post them on a social media site, like a classroom social media, or on a blog post discussion board. But they'd have to think really hard because it would really depend on what their scene is. So each student would get their own scene to create some sort of artistic rendition of it, and they would have to write a piece describing the scene that they create before they presented it. So that is my book critiques for this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.